Welcome back, my botanical babes and my funky fun guys, to Medicinal Mondays with Ray, where we talk about all things medicinal, magical, herbal, healing, and holistic. Blessings and good vibes to you today. I'm Ray. And I'm so excited to be back in the kitchen. I'm always fucking excited to be in the kitchen. This week, we're talking about a plant that has been loved, worshipped, feared, and celebrated for thousands of years. This plant shows up in medicine, it shows up in magic, it shows up in poetry and grief, love, healing, you name it. This herby friend is everywhere, everywhere. And I'm talking about roses. Roses. I don't know the words. I don't know all the words. But you know what song I'm talking about. So they have the softest petals, the sharpest thorns, and some of the deepest medicine you'll ever meet. My rose bush in my yard is finally in bloom. I'm so excited to make rose water with it. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, let's dive into what it is roses do. So roses are an astringent. They're anti-inflammatory. They're also cooling. Roses are a nervine. They have antidepressant and uplifting properties. It's a volinary, an antimicrobial, digestive support. It's got a whole list. A menagogue, energetic cardiotonic, and last but definitely not least, an antioxidant. But what does it all mean? First things first, roses are good for emotional and nervous system support. So rose is one of the best herbs on the planet for the heart. And I don't just mean the physical heart, because it's a cardiotonic. Yeah. I'm talking about the emotional heart, the part of you that carries grief, heartbreak, overwhelm, anxiety, and all of the things that you just don't say out loud. Rose is a heart opening nervine. So it softens the tight places. It helps you breathe again. It helps uplift the heavy. It's gentle, it's uplifting, it's stabilizing. It really is like a friend, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. We know, I don't know if it's just stereotypical or just an automatic assumption when it comes to roses, but when you think of roses, you think of the heart. And that's why it really is one of the best herbal allies for that. For grief, again, overwhelm, heartbreak, all of those heart emotions, rose will definitely be one of your greatest allies and companions when it comes to getting over those things and uplifting those heavy feelings. So if you or somebody is really struggling with a lot of those emotions, suggest rose to them. Honestly, honest to goddess, suggest rose. So simple, but it really does wonders for your heart center. It really is. Rose for the heart. So it's cooling and anti-inflammatory support. Where rose is such a cooling herb, it's cooling emotionally and physically. So it helps treat rashes, inflamed skin, hot flashes, fever, the emotional heal, like anger and frustration. It softens those things. Like if you've ever felt any type of way and smelled actual fresh roses, I guarantee you your heart will soften. It brings the temperature down from the inside out. And not just temperature as in fever, also, But temperature, like I said, when it comes to anger or hot emotions, rose is cooling. So if you're experiencing hot emotions, anger, fear, frustration, agitation, those ones, take a whiff of some rose. Make yourself some rose tea. Calm the fuck down, because it ain't that deep. But rose really helps soften those things. And speaking of tea, for your digestive support, rose is beautiful for the gut, beautiful to look at, beautiful on the inside and out. We'll get to the out, but on the inside for your gut health, rose is especially great when it comes to digestion that is tired or stress or emotional. So again, you've got your hot emotions. Them hot emotions affect your gut. Straight up. Take note next time you're feeling a hot emotion, how your gut feels. Is it tight? Is it nauseous? Is it uncomfortable? Are you hungry? Because I know when I get feeling them hot emotions, the last thing I want to do is eat. So when taking rose for those hot emotions, it'll help your digestive tract too when it comes to those things. When it comes to holding tension and holding emotion, rose is really good for softening those things. And not just softening those things, like it's good for your menstruation support as well. Roses can ease cramps. I'm gonna let that one sit. So let's pair that with some yarrow. Bing bing. And then let's also pair it with some raspberry leaf. Bing bing. And you've got yourself an incredible tea when it comes to your menstrual cycle. It supports your menstrual flow, helps with the emotional turbulence. Again, emotional. Rose is very much an emotion herb. That comes with your cycle sometimes. Like, I know I can be a sassy bitch, straight up, when it comes to my menstrual cycle. Rose is really good for both the physical and the emotional of your cycle, which is rare. Um, it's I don't want to call it rare because it's not rare like shiny Pokemon rare, but it's rare as in like four-leaf clover, we'll call it. Four-leaf clover rare. I'm good at finding those. Roses are just an all-around phenomenal herby friend when it really comes to emotions and to cooling you off and cooling that everything that comes with hot emotions. And that is the best way I can say it. Like, I'm trying to think of another way to say it, but cooling for hot emotions is probably the best description that I can come up with. So we've got, the anti-inflammatory, the gut health, the menstrual cycle health, all of those things that get you hot and inflamed. Rose is really, really good at cooling that down. And since we talk about all things magical on this channel as well, rose has got some incredible magical uses. Incredible magical uses. It's not just medicine. This plant is one of the most powerful magical allies that we have access to. The number one thing rose is used for magically is love, passion, compassion. Rose magic isn't just like your romantic love, like it's about self-love, compassion again, forgiveness, healing. When it comes to feeling or thinking of things that pertain to self-love, rose is an automatic pop-up. Rose is an automatic pop-up for healing the self-love wounds that we carry. Personally, this is what I think. Personally, in my own experiences and my own uses with rose, when it comes to self-healing and that inner love and healing those bits and pieces of ourselves that get fucked over the years, personally for me, like rose is up there. I even put it in my smoke blends. Like, it's lovely, so It was also used for protection. So rose for protection is something people forget about. But rose is a thorn plant, so it will protect you fiercely. Its magic was used for boundary setting, emotional shielding. There it is. And keeping negativity just away from your heart in general. It was used for spiritual cleansing, so used in bath rituals. Number one thing, I'm sure, we've all either had or thought about having a rose petal bath. Highly recommend. Highly recommend doing a rose petal bath. There's just something so magical and so lovely about a bubble bath that's got rose petals on it with some candles and your favorite music. It's just bliss. It is bliss. It is perfect for that self-care that I talked about a little bit ago. Ritual baths are my thing. I love me a good ritual bath. Smoke cleanses. Rose smells really good burning, actually. Smoke cleanses, dream rituals, pair it with mugwort and some lavender, grief ceremonies, things like that. It clears emotional debris and restores clarity. It's also was used for intuition and inner vision. So rose helps open intuition, emotional truth, spiritual connection. It was used in divination, dream work again, heart-centered magic. That I love that. As I said earlier, with the cooling of the hot emotions and just good for your heart center. In your ritual, try adding a bit of rose to that. And rituals of transition. So roses show up at weddings, funerals, births, birthdays, anniversaries, healing ceremonies. All of those big moments, roses are 95% of the time present. It's a plant of thresholds, beginnings, and endings. So I automatically think of a butterfly, like the caterpillar to the butterfly, beginning, transition to end. Roses pretty much fill those slots too, like roses at the beginning of something, roses during the middle of something, and roses at the end of something, just like as a butterfly transitions. For me. Again, this is all personal. Not all personal. I shouldn't say that. That sounds terrible. Well researched, but a lot of experience and personal experience, I guess, in this one. I really do love roses. I've always loved roses. There's just, I don't know what it is with them. And I don't want to sound like cliche and basic about it, but roses really are it. Roses really be that girl for me and for a lot of yous. And I hope this inspires you to use rose a little bit more and maybe not snub so quickly at the roses thing. But let me tell you, before I forget, because we got to still do the skin section, let me tell you what roses do for your skin before we get any further, because this is my favorite part. All right, all right. So roses aren't just pretty, and they are pretty. When I was in BC, I had seen some of the prettiest roses ever. The colors were beautiful, the shapes were beautiful. Some of them were huge, some of them were tiny. Hopefully I have some pictures to pop there. But they were probably some of the prettiest roses I have ever seen. And they're probably one of the most powerful skincare medicines on earth. Every part of the rose has something to offer. The petals have something to offer. The rose hips, even the thorns offer protection. Every part of the rose is useful. They're astringent. They're astringent. I lost my train of thought there. Naturally. So it means it gently tightens and tones your skin. Pair that with the witch hazel, like I talked about in your rose water, and you got yourself a fantastic face toner. So it's not harsh, it's not drying, it's soft, it's refined, it's smooth, let me smooth this out type energy. It helps minimize pores, reduces puffiness, tightens or loosens irritated skin, calms weeping or inflamed skin. This is why rose water has been used for centuries. I already mentioned the anti-inflammatory, so it calms the redness. It's beautiful for skin conditions like rosacea, eczema flare-ups, heat rashes, sun irritation, windburn, and just a sensitive skin that reacts to almost everything. And if your skin does that, check out the calendula video. Pair that with some rose, and you've got great skincare if your skin is sensitive and reacts, because it's so gentle, like so gentle. Let's circle back for the cooling. So, as I have mentioned lots of times, rose is a cooling herb physically and energetically. So, it brings the heat down not only for your emotions, but in your skin. So, hot flashes, because I get them, flushed cheeks all the time, inflamed breakouts, hormonal heat, environmental irritation. It's like that cool cloth for your skin. And I love me a cool cloth. But this is a big one, and we've got a whole other little bit after this about the antioxidant part. Roses are a high antioxidant. They're packed with them. Polyphenols, flavonoids, anthocyanins, if I said that right, and vitamin C. So these help protect the skin from oxidative stress, pollution, UV damage, because we are in them hot season now, and everyday wear. So they support collagen production, elasticity, brightness, repair, the natural glow. This is why, again, rose water, rose oil, rose tea, they have been used in beauty traditions for thousands of years. They help the skin stay youthful, resilient, radiant. It's a vulnerary, so it also helps with, again, healing and repair. Minor cuts, scrapes, cracked skin, chapped lips, irritated patches, post inflammation healing. Post inflammation healing supports tissue repair, reduces scarring, helps wounds close more cleanly. Again, we've got the antimicrobial for gentle cleansing, acne prone skin, sensitive breakouts, irritated pores, skin that needs cleansing without harshness. I don't use a lot of heavy, harsh cleaners on my face. Breaks out real easy, dries out real easy. Rose has that mild antimicrobial properties that helps keeps the skin clean without stripping it of all the natural oils and things like that. So that was a whole list of skin things, but rose, if I had to actually pick what to use rose for, I would definitely 100% use rose on my skin. But as I've said in previous videos, skin health starts on the inside too. So sipping on a rose tea, having it in your system is good for your skin and good for your system. We've got your digestion and your menstrual cycle again. So rose all around is a great herb if you want great skin from the inside out, or if your skin needs healing from the outside in. So we still got to do safety, even though there really isn't much for this one. Roses are extremely safe, but there are a few things that to know, because things are possible. Allergies are actually the number one safety concern for roses. If you're allergic to roses, then don't use them. Store-bought roses are not medicinal. They're often sprayed with pesticides, chemicals, whatever else to help make them grow, stay beautiful, stay. If you're going to do anything with roses, Don't get the store-bought ones. They're pretty to dry for decoration, but not for medicinal use. Same as highway roses. As pretty as they are, the wild roses we see on the highways, I would strongly suggest not using those simply because of the pollution from cars, trucks, whatever else driving by continuously. Um, Avoid strong doses during pregnancy because it is good for your menstrual cycle. It might not be good if you're pregnant. And rose essential oil is extremely concentrated, so never use it undiluted. I know there's a lot of, I don't want to say controversy, but there's a lot of information on using essential oils. And I feel like I might have touched on that on a previous episode, but just in case, me, as your soil sister, again, always do your own research and do what you feel is right. But if I'm going to tell you, always, 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 always dilute essential oil and never ingest it. It is highly concentrated. It can burn your skin. It can burn your insides. It can cause all sorts of things. From the research that I've done and using my own best judgment, I would, again, strongly suggest that you do not ingest essential oil and you always dilute it with a carrier oil, almond oil, jojoba, oil, whatever, grapeseed oil, coconut oil, olive oil, any kind of carrier oil. Please dilute your essential oils first. But other than that, that is the safety concern for roses. Very, very, very gentle. I mean, they're roses. And that's it. That is our Herbie friend, Rose. She's been a part of human history for well over 5,000 years, woven into medicine, magic, poetry, ritual, ceremony, everything in ancient Persia. There it is. In ancient Persia, rosewater and rose oil were sacred medicines. The Greeks tied roses to Aphrodite, the goddess of beauty and love. Romans used roses in healings, feasts, spiritual ceremonies. Medieval herbalists used rose for grief, heartbreak, and emotional wounds. Indigenous peoples used wild roses for medicine, for food. Roses are edible themselves, so they're a nice garnish on a salad or whatever in a drink, in a cocktail. Rose and hibiscus. Anyway, this plant has been with us through everything. Love, loss, war, celebration, healing. Rose has been very much a part of our stories as we've been a part of Rose's stories. And there's something magical about that a single flower has been used to represent so much and has been through every big moment or even small moments of our life, even just because I'm thinking of you moments of our life. Roses symbolize love. They symbolize healing, heart-centered emotions, all of those things. Our Herbie friend Rose is just spectacular for. So, thanks for joining me in the kitchen this week. It's been a blast. I know my videos are now like every couple weeks, but with the summer season and the gardens and work and festivals and camping, we've got a whole summer jam-packed with a lot of things. So, for more Herbie tips, you're more than welcome to follow me on Facebook, on TikTok. If you'd like the little short versions, I'm going to try and start adding my shorts to YouTube. Yeah. So, anyway, happy gardening. Don't forget to help your soil sister out. I almost forgot again. Like, Subscribe, share my channel. It costs absolutely nothing to make the world a more natural place, one herb at a time. So, stay natural, and may your Mondays be magical.